to the Calvin Dean Show. And man, it's that time of year, guys. Football is coming. I'm right now in a draft, a live draft with the NFL Network right now, and it's fun. I was the first one, man. I got the first pick, and of course, I picked Christian McCaffrey. Thank you, and thank you, everyone. Man, and now it's gone around. I've been trying to develop a really good method and try to get some good A- A's when they rate your draft. And so far, the lowest I've gotten was a B. But this is my 9th league, and I have 8 A's. So I think I know where the league is going, in fantasy football. I think the different, picks and the different, who's picking who and how you should really build your team, because there's a lot of great players out there, you don't know how the Jets are going to do, right? I mean, is Brandon Ayuk going to actually play for the San Francisco 49ers? That's a big thing, right? Is Devontae Adams going to gel with Gardner Minshew? Come on, man, really? I mean, got to think about this.
Your team is now on the clock.
My team is now on the clock. All right, guys. All right, let's do this. This is exciting. You know what? I have Christian McCaffrey, right? So let's go. We have 1:13 to go for the first pick. And so I have back-to-back picks. Let's go wide out. Why don't we do a Brandon Ayuk? Yeah. And let's knock it out of the park. Let's go with a top tight end, Travis Kelce. Oh my. That right. Guys, my first 3 picks, ready? Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, and Travis Kelce. Wow. I mean, guys, I know San Francisco is just, they're a juggernaut, Ayuk's always getting the touchdowns. He's really strong, great wide receiver. Christian McCaffrey is it. He's all that. He's like Superman, So, I mean, and Travis Kelce, he's definitely a force as a tight end. And with Mahomes this year, think about this one. Kansas City has 2 wide receivers with Hollywood Brown, right, and Xavier Worthy. Speed demons, right? And they're on the outside, and they're just going to be bringing people deep. And they're going to have a lot of end rounds with those guys, and it's going to open the door for Travis Kelce. I mean, last year seemed like he was really, gritting it out, and having a hard time. And I think it is that, of course you're getting older, but he's still really, really good. And, he just persevered near the end of the year and started catching the ball instead of dropping the ball. But the thing of it is that he's not going to have a year like he had last year, because Travis Kelce is going to have a dominating year this year, guys. Dominating. And the reason being is because of those 2 wideouts I just mentioned. And that is so important. You have to know those things, guys. And that's just that. Then you take all that knowledge and you bring it into your fantasy football league, right? And right now, I have 15 picks. Yes, 15 picks. And what we're going to do with this show, we're going to have a dual show. We're going to have fantasy football, and then also we're going to go over some football news, and it's going to be fun, guys. It's going to be fun. Now, I am 13 picks away, and man, let's just see who's already available. Now, we're in the second round at this moment in time, and let me see, quarterbacks available. Okay, second round. Hurts, Richardson, Murray, Stroud, Burrow, Dak Prescott, Jordan Love, Brock Purdy, Jaden Daniels, Justin Herbert, Jared Goff, Tua. I'm telling you guys, there's your golden egg. Tua. I mean, that is right there. That's your sleeper pick. Because all the leagues that I've been in, this is my 9th this year so far. Tua hasn't been picked. People haven't been picking him. And he threw for 4,600 yards last year. His quarterback rating was 101. I mean, he really did well. And you have to think, hey, when you're in fantasy football, who cares about if they're going to lose in the playoffs? As long as you pick the guy who's great. So it's like Dak Prescott. I mean, it's just, you have to know these things, man. And right now, what's nice about being number 1 or number 10 in your league is that you get to double pick. And I have been hearing some rumbling in the NFL that Anthony Richardson is a freak. People are just loving this kid. So, I mean, just watch out for that. I mean, right now, I have the quarterbacks that are open is Richardson, Murray. I think Murray might win the MVP this year, guys. That's my prediction. I predicted Lamar Jackson would win the MVP before last season, and he did. So I think Kyler Murray, I really believe that he will win the MVP this year. I think he'll just go out of his mind. But I don't think the Arizona Cardinals will go into any type of playoff run. But who knows? But I think he either that or have maybe comeback player of the year. We'll just downplay it, right? And now I am 3 picks away, people. 3 picks away. So we have to look at when you're, thinking about your next move. And now mine is a double move, right? You have to look at your roster. So far I have McCaffrey, Ayuk, and Kelsey. So now what you have to do is you have to look at the, the players itself, a wide receiver, all the wide receivers are really going fast, but I think Diggs would be a great pickup. Diggs, let me see, so Diggs and Ayuk, and then pick another strong running back. James Cook.
Your team is now on the clock.
It is on the clock. We are on the clock, guys. Okay, now, let's do this. Now, let's talk this over here, guys. We have the wide receivers. We have Amani Cooper. I mean, he's deadly, guys. He's deadly. We have DJ Moore in Chicago. How will he gel with the new kid, Caleb Williams, right? DK Metcalf. Oh, he's tough. He's good. And Stephon Diggs. Think about Diggs and Stroud. Ooh. Oh, I'm picking Stephon Diggs. That's my 1 pick. Now my next pick, I have 1 minute and 30 seconds for the next pick. So now, this is what we have so far. We have McCaffrey, Ayuk, Diggs, Kelsey. Let's pick a quarterback that'll knock our socks off. And I'm going to go with Anthony Richardson, guys. Anthony Richardson. Wow, what What a pick. What a pick. Yeah, thank you, and thank you. So now, here we are. I have my first 5 picks. I am picking a quarterback who is a freak. A freak. That's what they're calling him right now. Training camp, that's what they've been telling everybody. He's a freak. Man. And then you have Christian McCaffrey, and then you have Brandon Ayuk. Those two are just amazing. And then you have Stephon Diggs going into Houston, which is going to be a very good team this year. Very good team. I think they might make it to the playoffs again. Who knows? I don't have them doing as well. I think there might be a sophomore-itis going on with CJ. He could prove me wrong. Usually that's what happens the second year, sophomore year, after a quarterback comes in, as freshman. He's just, rookie, and he do really well. And then when everyone says, oh, wow, and he did all really good. And they expect him to do even better the next year or be as good. But what happens is that defenses, like the coordinators, they make millions. You have to understand, these teams are billion-dollar teams. Billion-dollar teams. And you have to hire the best for everything, every facet in the game. Every facet in the game, and down the practices and who scores in the red zone the best, best tackle, best right tackle, left tackle, right guard, left guard. I mean, it's endless, and they have all these coaches, right? And you really have to be aware of how the game works. And like the Stephon Diggs, he could just really do well in Houston, or he could have a hard time because it's a new quarterback, new system, So, it's a hit or miss, but mainly he'll hit because he was great when he was in the Vikings, and then he was great as a Buffalo Bill, and now he'll be great at Houston. I don't know for how long he'll be great, but I'm sure he'll be very well. Buffalo Bill's going to miss him. Definitely. And same with Gabe Davis.
Your team is now on the clock.
We are on the clock, guys. Now, we have empty is running backs. We need running backs. So let's see what we still have in running backs. Ooh, we have Kamara. We have John Connor. Oh, we have David Montgomery. Ooh, I like that. I have that, and now I'm going to do another running back. Or let's see what we have in. Ooh, we got T. Higgins. Oh, my. Boom. So, guys, I picked up Mr. Montgomery from Detroit. And, he's just, David Montgomery is, his 2023 season was triumphant breakout performance and a clear demonstration of what he's can do in the NFL. The guy he scored 13 touchdowns, 219 carries. He was healthy. He had an running average of 4.6. Guys, almost 5 yards every time he catches the ball. Almost 5 yards. Wow. Seriously, 4.6 is like 5 yards if you want to round it, But literally, that's amazing. That's amazing. And Detroit is so good, and everyone is so. That team is stacked, and David Montgomery's a great fit on that team, and of course Christian McCaffrey, and then I took T. Higgins. So, guys, that last round, I took David Montgomery and T. Higgins. So this is my team so far. We have Anthony Richardson, the freak, as quarterback. Christian McCaffrey, running back. David Montgomery, running back. Brandon Ayuk and Stephon Diggs, my 2 wide receivers. And my other wide receiver I just picked up, T. Higgins, and Mr. Travis Kelce himself for our tight ends. So now when you're doing all this fantasy football, now because you can try to plan how it's going to be, but you just don't know. I mean, you have sometimes guys get in here and they're picking their favorite players and favorite this and favorite that and favorite team, and going with it. And that's not how you win at fantasy football. You have to know everybody, and you have to be very humble. You have to say, hey, yeah, David Montgomery's a really good back. I mean, you have to really be humble and not, for fans. Now, what I do, here, I'm a fan of the game, but I report the game, and I don't have any, wanting for any team to win or lose. I just want a great game. Love to see players play. I love to see how players score points. That's very important. In fantasy football, you have to have a player that's going to score points. Now, Tyler Boyd, the other wide receiver of Cincinnati, he went elsewhere. He's gone. He went to Tennessee. So you have T. Higgins. Now, he's gonna have a big year because you know why?
Your team is now on the clock.
Because he signed excuse me 1 second. We have 1 minute and 30 seconds. So what we need, guys, we have 3 wideouts, 2 running backs. So let's see what we have in running backs. We have Mozart. He's good. Pollard. Out of all these running backs that are left, I'm going to go with Mozart. All right. Now, what next? We have wide receivers. Let's go. Zay Flowers. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, yeah, man. That was boom, man. That was an awesome pick. I'm telling you guys, Zay Flowers, you have to understand, the Baltimore Ravens, they're going to be, running the ball with King Henry. And then, that play action. And they start running the ball with King Henry with all those big linemen. Oh, my. Zay Flowers is going to have a field day. He's definitely the number 1 receiver. And man, what? You don't think Lamar Jackson's going to have another, breakout year? He's going to have breakout years from now to come until he wins the Super Bowl. This might be the year, guys. This might be the year for the Baltimore Ravens. And then my other pick, Mozart, on Miami. He's aging running backs, that's for sure. He must lose a step. That's what I'm thinking. But, he's still fast. He's still aggressive. At age 32, I see him doing well. I really do. As he just cares. He loves carrying the ball. And now we are on the clock once again. All right, guys. So we have a lot going on. The next 2, let's pick. Oh, we got some fun. Let's do Xavier Worthy. Oh, yeah. And let's go with Mr. Watson. Yes, Mr. Watson from, yes, Green Bay. I think that's an awesome pick. Christian Watson, he's had that hamstring problems last year. And, man, guys, I mean, he's just really, really, really good. I think he's going to have a breakout year this year because he's going to come into camp healthy. And then Jordan Love, near the end of the year last year, he's just exciting. I think he's going to do really, really, really well this year. So, Christian Watson, what a great pick. Xavier Worthy, I'll give you guys a little bit of, this is my sleeper pick. He went 4.21 at the combine, the fastest 40-yard dash ever clocked for an NFL player. Okay, 4.21. Wow. I mean, that's just blazing. He played for the Texan Longhorns. The Texas, I can say it. The Texas Longhorns. And, I think he's all that and then some. I really do. I think, Mahomes, he's got him. He's got Hollywood Brown. I mean, wow. I mean, those two are going to have a field day. That's what I was talking to you guys about. I think he's going to stretch the field. I'm telling you something. This team is looking really good. So I have two, you know what, guys? I wait until the kickers and my defense, that's my last picks. Because, honestly, they only score like an average of 6 to 8 points. Some defenses go wild. We all know that, but some don't. Sometimes the offenses are scoring. On these teams sometimes. So some of these teams, they might have a 30-point game, and then the next two games their averages are 4. So you have to know that. So my next two picks. You have to go to your players now. Okay, so do we have anything that just screams to me? I see Jay Williams. This is Jameson Williams. Yes, Jameson Williams of the Detroit Lions. I think this kid is all that. I really do. I think that Detroit is going to use him more because Reynolds is not there anymore. No, that could be a problem because that was Jared Goff's one of his favorite targets. And he's going to be gone, so I think they're going to be implementing Mr. Williams in the offense more like they did in the playoffs, and they did great. So I think he's a sleeper. So that's what I want to pick, my next wide receiver. And, and you have Sutton, you have Mike Williams, he's heading into New York for a 1-year, $10 million contract, hoping to rebound from his ACL tear he suffered last September for a positive age 30 season. I mean, he was really, really good. He's tall. He can get up there. He's really great. I think he would really do well with Aaron Rodgers, but you don't know. I mean, September, he tore his ACLs in September, so you know what I mean? It's a hit or miss. Here's another one that Sutton of Denver, Cortland Sutton, he's been holding out. So, I mean, they might trade him. They just might trade him.
Your team is now on the clock.
And here it is. I'm definitely going to go with Mr. Williams from Detroit. Remember, we just talked about. Might go with Cam Sutton. I'm going back to Cortland Sutton. I'm coming back to him. Let's see what we have in any running backs. Zay Moss. wow, he's still around. I'm picking him. Perfect. Now, what you have to understand is that Zach Moss, excuse me, guys. I picked Mr. Zach Moss. He did awesome last year when the Colts Taylor went down, and he came in and he looked really good. I mean, he had a great offensive line, mind you, but he did really good. Now, what you have to understand is that the Cincinnati Bengals got rid of their running back, their star running back, Mr. Mixon. And so they needed a running back to come in. And Zach Moss would be that, they got him on the cheap, a 2-year deal, $8 million. So they got him cheap, he'll be starting for Cincinnati, guys. So that's a great pickup near the end of the draft. Now here we are, we're at the end. What we've picked was Anthony Richardson from the Indianapolis Colts. He's an animal. He's going to have a huge year. Christian McCaffrey, David Montgomery, Brandon Ayuk, Stephon Diggs, Travis Kelce, T. Higgins, Mozart, running back, Zay Flowers, wide receiver, Xavier Worthy, wide receiver, 421-40. We have Mr. Christian Watson from Green Bay. We have Jameson Williams from Detroit. He's going to have a lot of action this year. And Mr. Zach Moss. Now what we're going to do, we're just going to go into, this is the easiest part, is defense. We have the Browns defense is still available, so I'm probably going to go with the Browns.
Your team is now on the clock.
Okay, so I'm picking the Browns defense. They're always good. And kicker, Mr. Moody from San Francisco. They're going to score a lot of points. Boom. There we go. So there you go, guys. I have finished my draft. I just going over really quickly. I was the first pick. So, and I will post online what grade I got. And I will also wait until I get the email of my grade for this, and then that's when I'll end the show. All right, guys. Just hold on, guys. Hold on. And now, straight from Calvin Dean Studios at Dean Studios, we present, yes, my draft score from NFL.com Fantasy Football. Built for a title. This is my team that I just drafted. Ready? Built for a title. The TCD Show gets stacked at running backs. Wow. A-, but my projected record. Ready, guys? 15 wins and no losses. Projection to finish is number 1. Wow. All right. I hope you guys learned some stuff. And, hey, good luck with everyone. Thanks for listening, peeps.